Hey guys, it's your boy Phil Shocker, the Nicest Hedgehog here with our Week 2 battle of the PDL going against Davey here. Now you're asking why you're still post-com, there was another issue or something like that. Actually, no. As I was finishing the recording of the battle, I definitely think I came off kind of as a tangent in that one, kind of in a way that if some people watched it, they thought I would have been disrespecting my opponent and just saying things because I was salty about certain instances and stuff like that. And to me, when I now just think of it, because I literally just finished recording that video, I'm not gonna post that. Not because you know it's content for you guys, but I think I need to start showing respect to players I haven't played because I haven't played these guys before. And you guys have seen that sometimes when I play against people I don't play before, they make very questionable things, and I kind of just call it out in video, which sometimes maybe people think I'm calling them out on it and stuff like that. Just know that if I do kind of act like that or talk like that, I'm just playing the way I've always seen people play games and stuff like that, and how I've definitely gone through battling people and kind of learned how the main games play by a lot of people. So I'm definitely gonna go ahead and do a better job commentating this and to give proper respect to my opponent because of certain situations and stuff like that and how their build was. So it's fair to them, and more importantly, it's fair to you guys, the audience there, that definitely have been showing their love and support to me lately. And I just don't want to send a lot of negativity or hate throughout my videos and stuff like that. So I figured this would be a better way to give you a proper video and probably at least a proper analysis of my thought process when I saw certain things happen in this matchup. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get to the matchup. We're taking on Davey, and Davy's team was very much different. He did bring Seismitoad to Corviknight and the Overquill, which I think was the two with the four we were predicting. Conkeldurr came, which was a little surprised to see that being brought, to be honest with you. And Alcremie came, which again I was slightly surprised to see that thing come, especially when I had some really good answers to it. But with that being said, let's go ahead and just get into this matchup. I decided to lead off with my Scarf first. Yep. Lead off with Monkey, my Zarude here. And at this point in time, close combat is only a two-shot on this Pokemon, so there's no real reason not to just stay in here. If I was Banded, I may have gone for the chance right there, but Scarf was, again, the Scarf was really good because, again, it outsped the Shark. It would have outsped the Electro to be able to handle that, which, again, he didn't bring the Electrode or Mega Sharpedo, which I think were the main two. I was very surprised he did not bring into this matchup, which I was actually kind of surprised he didn't bring those two. So, oh wait, no, maybe Overcoat wasn't something that was there, but Overcoat was something I was thinking he could have brought. So I decided to go for a U-turn here. I'm pretty sure on as Overquill comes in here. A U-turn on that thing does not reveal the Rock Helmet, but he does reveal to be that. I'm actually going to go ahead and click Earthquake here instead of clicking Rain Dance. He actually swaps right into the Kyurem, which I was very interested why he did that. I don't know if he was maybe predicting me to click a Water type attack or to click Rain Dance or something like that. Your guess is good as mine, but he must have just done what he had to do. So there was that. So right now I'm in with Gary here. I decided to hard out into my Vika shot as he goes for the poison jab. Now, honestly, I don't know why he clicked poison jab. I guess he was maybe predicting me to bring in Zarude. But in all honesty, he should have just either clicked Earthquake or Water type. Like he should have clicked his Water stab, if anything, like Liquidation or whatever, because Liquidation was better to hit Vikavolt because more likely than not, Vikavolt's my switch in every single time. Vikavolt basically comes in on ground type attacks, so I definitely think he should have predicted the Vikavolt coming in instead of the Zarude, because Zarude's never coming in on this thing. Zarude, if it gets weakened down and I lose my Zarude, I lose one of my, if not probably my best and only answer to Seismitoad. So I can't really provide and lose this Pokemon, so I have to go for Vikavolt. And unfortunately, of the 3 out of 10 of the 1 in 3 chances to get the poison, he got the poison, which is very upsetting because that just ruined their set. So Egan goes out into the Creamy here, predict scout to see if I had the energy ball, which is a really good play on his end. I'm actually gonna go right into my Gudra, and that did a lot more damage than I was expecting. So that probably tells me that seems modest. I go into Vikavolt, and I made a bit of an error right here. My Vikavolt actually undersped a non-speed investment. I didn't speed creep for no speed conk, which I probably should have done that as a way to make sure I was faster than conk. So that was definitely a misprep ID there, and that really sucks. So now he's most likely. So I'm not seeing So obviously we're not seeing him reveal Flame Orb to me, so that tells you he's probably Iron Fist with Assault Vest there. He is actually gonna go ahead and click Knockoff here as our Cobra Berry eats. He's really strong, and he actually reveals to be Life Orb Sheer Force. Now, in my honest opinion, I was not seeing Sheer Force at all coming. Conkeldurr is one of those Pokemon that can run Sheer Force. Like, Sheer Force is really good in the right matchup. But personally, against my team, I think Sheer Force was a bit of a misprep. I definitely think, like, Iron Fist or Guts really messes my team up. Primarily more Iron Fist, because Drain Punch really can just smack my team up once my Cofagrigus is down. And Block Punch Priority is also really good against my team. So I generally think, speaking wise, the Iron Fist set should have came instead of Sheer Force, because he just got my Mummy knocked off, and the fact that I just burned him now, his Sheer Force damage is very much limited now. So I don't know. So I click Trick Room. I think Overquill comes in. I was very tempted to click Body Press actually and go from there, but unfortunately I don't. So I have to just sack this thing. He's gonna get spikes up here. I now have to go right into my Gudra as he's actually gonna click Aqua Tail here. Probably putting thinks I was in range of it or predicting something to come in here. I go for, I believe it was the Iron Tail. What did I do here? Let me double check here. I clicked. Oh, I did click Iron Tail. Why did it look like it was super like neutral damage? I don't know. So then comes this Conkeldurr. As I clicked counter, I was expecting, because apparently for some reason the way the calc looked, it looked like Gudra was about to die to an earthquake from an adamant offensive. So that's which I was expecting that it was being, and for some reason it died, which I didn't think was right. There's probably a mistake on the spreads or something like that, but again, this is just chance. But I was gonna click counter and hopefully get rid of that thing. Unfortunately, he does that, but now he makes another play and he actually stays in and clicks knockoff on me, which I'm also just confused by because I literally just revealed counter, and I'm very surprised he just went right for that. I just don't understand that play. Unless he knew knockoff wasn't going to do as much and he was not going to be that worried about counter. But obviously, knockoff did about 21%, so I was going to do 41 back to him. So his 41 would knock down and then he wasn't that. So I don't know. But I clicked Dragon Pulse, which is definitely in range of killing him. But for some reason, he must have been like max HP Conkeldurr or something because I didn't kill. But unfortunately, Conkeldurr does not get the. I don't get the kill there. Conk does die, so Pharaoh does get a kill there because of passive damage. But now I have to sack Pharaoh. I go into my Sneasler here and I click close combat, and this must have been very defensive. Well, or is not defensive. If I was adamant, which I actually realized back in the video, I said I was either adamant or jolly. I did look back and I did reveal that I was jolly nature, not adamant nature. If I was adamant, that could have been close enough to potentially to a KO right there, but it wasn't, sadly. And he makes a comment that he's surprised it didn't even last, but your -1 intimidated me. How do you not think that does more damage? I don't know. But now I'm going to bring my Swampert as he actually sets up a second layer of spikes on the switch out, which definitely was a good play. And I click Rain Dance. I go for the liquidation, and that's where he reveals he's water absorbed Seismitoad. And to me, that baffled my mind. I think water absorbed Seismitoad was, in my opinion, some could say that this was a good counter to Rain, which it definitely can be. It definitely can be a good counter to Rain. And maybe I'm just an idiot and I'm not thinking this out that he could be water absorbed, right? There's definitely a fair play to say that I'm an idiot and I'm not thinking that water absorb could have been brought against my team. 100%, maybe I didn't think about that, right? But if you think about it in hindsight, whenever you see someone have a rain team and they have a Seismitoad, more times than not, you see them want to bring Seismitoad for the offensive rain route, which I was 100% expecting to be. So when I was with Water Absorb, it made me just go like, what the heck? What, this doesn't even make sense, you know? So now we're in a bad position right now as he's going to go ahead and click Power Up, which is fair play on his end. He knows he has to go for the offensive there. I click U-turn here with my Zarude, dropping back in my Swampert. This time I catch him on the Seismitoad. I get to click Earthquake, and he actually, I guess, should have calced that damage and realized that he was defensive. But now I go into Corviknight. He's going to go this. He's going to click U-turn here. I'm very surprised he did not just click with the one move there. Now he clicks Encore here. Because I'm just now locked into the Fire Punch. Now I have to go out to Gary. It's unfortunately going to be a sack. He's going to click Recover here. And I'm actually going to double out right into my Hinata, which I probably went into Hinata first, because now Swampert took an extra 17% of damage for no reason. As now I can't get any more chip damage. I catch him the second time here with the Liquidation, get big damage off. and that is going to unfortunately knock us out with the U-turn into the Alcremie. I have to go Sneasler here. I have to click Close Combat, and surprisingly enough, Close Combat is enough to knock out the Corviknight, so that's really good. But at this point in time, there is nothing I can do. There is no way I can win. Overquill is just going to go ahead and take off my Gary, and now I'm in a position where I pretty much just cannot win. He then goes and swaps out there. I should have just clicked Close Combat, because if I click Close Combat, this probably could have been in range of a 2 KO potentially. But also, sometimes this is a little comment that also kind of triggered me a little bit in the post recording, so I'm just going to go ahead and just cover it real quick. So he told me that he had to leave really soon. So he asked if we could just wrap up this battle quicker, and like I can understand, when if something comes up out of the nowhere and you need to go, then obviously you need to say something. But if you knew, like, because we were trying to schedule hard, he didn't schedule and get back to me for several days until around like Friday, I think it was. And Saturday he wanted to see, yeah, we can play, but Saturday I had one or two games going on, and it was a really late night on Saturday for me, so I really wasn't gonna play. I mean, I did play one game, but that was it. I'd rather I played Sunday, which you guys are seeing that I'm recording last Sunday, breaking the fourth wall, and so I was free all day. The way I like to play games is that we want to make sure everyone's fair to play and free to play all day on the days that we can battle. And when I see a comment like that, it makes me feel like he didn't let me know that he had something going. Because if he told me in advance, I would try to have not like took my time on probably some couple of turns, and I would have actually did something different. But sometimes when I see a comment like this, I feel like if they are basically asking you to just rush, don't calc, just click buttons and just go, I mean, I could be definitely reading way into that type of a comment, which if you guys think I am, just let me know and kind of let me know why it would be bad to read so much into a comment like that. But when I see a comment like that, it kind of makes me think like, am I not allowed to now think out my turns? Am I not allowed to think out my plays and stuff like that? So but at this point in time, the game was kind of just over. I had to have weakened down Quill a little bit more. Also, if I had just clicked Close Combat right there, as we're gonna see, it does do about 24%. That means my Close Combat would have probably done around 40%. If I had got a crit Close Combat, I would have been able to pretty much just lock into Close Combat and pretty much just about win the game essentially with a combination of my Scarfers. But at that point in time, I think the game was over, especially since we got the toxic damage that was going off. I now have to basically sack off my Zarude. It was either my Zarude or my Sneasler. I probably should have sacked off my Sneasler in all honesty. But now he goes into Seismitoad, which I was not understanding that quite a bit when I could have just close combated there. But I guess he had his reasons. But unfortunately, we're going to lose this game 4-0. We're going to go to 0-2, -10. We are really doing bad. And the one thing I said in the video beforehand, and I'm going to also say it here, is that I don't think my rain team is bad. I think my rain team is really, really great. I think I got a lot of great pieces for it. I think it's decently well bit. I think the only thing that's really biting me was the fact I did not draft really any Hazard removal besides having Kabutops and then maybe like one Pokemon that barely comes to my teams because of that. So I think from this first, because this first draft here is, I honestly think really, really good. Maybe I'm just not using some Pokemon the way I should be. Like maybe I'm not using Vikavolt for webs where I probably should have used webs. And if I did use webs, I probably would not have been forced to run Scarf. I could have ran Choice Banded and Choice Scarf on one Pokemon. Like Sneasler probably could have been banded this matchup and honestly would have probably one hit you to a KO'd everything on the team afterwards. And I probably would have won the game there. So looking back at games like this and especially watching them with you guys, I'm definitely realizing where I kind of went wrong. Um, and I haven't just been using Pokemon, I think, to the ability they could be. Like Vikavolt, I should have ran Sticky Webs on this team with Roost. That's definitely something that came back to haunt me. And maybe I should have run, if I had run Sticky Webs, knowing my opponent probably had very little to no hazard removal, I should have brought something that was Choice Banded and or Choice Specs in that respectively, and then have maybe one Scarfer in the back to potentially be there in case the webs and stuff like that removed. So definitely a bit of a misplay on my end in terms of the prepping, and I guess just a really creative prep on my opponent's side. Which also, if I didn't say this already, Conkeldurr actually outsped Goodra when Goodra already naturally outspeeds Conkeldurr, which is pretty wild. But yeah, that was gonna be the game, guys. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy this commentary better than the old commentary. When I wouldn't say we'll compare because I already deleted it, but Hopefully you guys did enjoy this version of my commentary. I think it definitely went a little bit better. I definitely pointed out the points that I think were very confusing to me, kind of were questionable things. I think I handled them in a better tone and a better answer. If you guys definitely did enjoy the video, definitely show your support by hitting the like button down below. Subscribe if you're new. We have one more game with this team one, and then we're gonna have to redraft. Luckily for us though, wait no. In a way lucky for us, in a way not lucky for us. Because if we lose our third game, we're gonna have a wheel pick, which is not bad, but it's the bottom wheel pick, and that's usually not the best wheel pick. But we still have a chance to win one game next week, and I think the next week we have a good shot to win that game. Actually, I think we have a decent enough match for that one. You guys will see it when you see it. But until next time, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys